Okay, so we're just going to start right at the top and basically go through everything, every single panel one by one, every single knob, and explain exactly what each of them does and how they affect the sound. But let's first start at the top panel. So right at the top left, you'll see there's a save button. Pretty self-explanatory. You click it when you want to save a preset, and you just enter the preset name, the author, bit of a description, and then some usage, like, you know, maybe you've got a mod wheel assigned to something, and you want the user to understand that, for example, the mod wheel controls cutoff would be something that you could write in usage. Okay, then next up we've got the Diva logo, we've got MIDI activity, and that just basically will light up, that little LED will light up every time it detects MIDI input. So at the moment I am just hitting the A key on my keyboard. That's sending the C note to Diva, and we can see the light up. Okay, and then we've got this little display, and it tells you who Diva's registered to. It also tells you the version, and then it also just gives you information, you know, as you hover over stuff. It'll tell you what each thing is, and then if you adjust it, it tells you the amount also that it's being adjusted to. So we're going up 12 semitones there. So you can see that goes to 12. Then next up, we've got these forward and back buttons. So if I change something, you'll see that lights up, and I can change lots of stuff, and I can just undo things that I've done, which is pretty cool, and I can go forwards in time too. And this is also like, there's no limit to the amount of times you can step backwards or forwards. So it's a very, very handy feature. You know, if you're working on a sound for half an hour, but you preferred how it sounded half an hour ago, you can just step back all the way to how it sounded before, no problem. Okay, and then this multi-core feature over here that basically enables multi-core support. So if you have a CPU that can handle multi-core processing, it might bring down your CPU usage to enable multi-core. But my advice would be to just test it and see, you know, if you have a busy patch and your CPU usage is really high, try turning on multi-core and see if it makes it better. It could make it worse depending on a number of factors. So just test that out. And then we've got the output amount, and that's just the amount of volume that Diva is going to put out. So there's two different places you can control the output volume, and this is basically the last one in the chain, and that has no effect on the tone, unless obviously you're going into another plugin and that's causing it to clip. So the other place you can control it is on the volume, and that's in the basically amplifier pan section. And the difference between these two is that if you drive the volume too high here, it will affect the tone. You'll get some distortion. It might be a desirable kind of analog distortion, but this won't change the tone at all. So just bear that in mind when you're adjusting volume, that this is like the cleaner version of this. Then we've got the Yuhi logo over here, and you can basically go to the user guide and all the other socials and the support forum just by clicking on that. And that's it pretty much for the little top panel over there. In the next section, we're going to go over this the VCO and explain that.